Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to today's live session. I'm very excited for the amazing conversation that we are going to have today because I want to dive deeper into helping you understand one of the most crucial skills that you can build for success. And by success, I don't just mean monetary success, I mean success in every single area of your life. And the way I define success for the sake of this conversation and for the general perspective as well is simple. It is achieving outcomes and living a life that matters the most to you. That, in a sense, is what success means. And for you to be able to create that in everything that you do, there's one skill that you need. And that's the skill we're going to talk about today. Every time we do something in our lives, we are making a decision. And every time we make a decision, there are two specific kind of decisions that we are making. The first kind of decision is what we choose to do. The second decision is what we choose not to do. And although this may seem like, consequential, just one affecting the other, actually, being aware of both these decisions is the hallmark of success. Being able to see first the distinction between the two and also the importance that both of them hold is super crucial because that helps you build the skill called conviction, confidence, clarity, and the ability to make things happen. That is the essence of this whole conversation. So, as you read the title, right, there are certain decisions in life that we must always stick by. Today's conversation is about those decisions. Because if there's one thing about success, it's this: it tests you. It does not arrive with calmness. It does not arrive with stability. It does not arrive with just understanding and just knowing what you're aiming to do. That's easy. What it arrives with is a test on your conviction. Are you really willing to do everything that it takes to get to the outcomes you want? Are you really willing to make it happen in the way you want to make it happen? Are you really willing to do what it takes? And the way you're tested on that is by testing the resolve of the decisions that you make. So let's understand this whole thing. Let's break this down. And then we'll have an example that will help you understand this in a super easy and super beautiful way. So the first thing is decisions that we do make. These are positive actions or actions that we choose to take. Right? Simple. Right now, I'm sitting here. I'm making this live session. I'm making this video. I'm being here with all of you. This is me taking an active action. Now, just like this, whatever we do take on as an active action in life is a reflection of who we are. Whatever we do take on as a action step is a reflection of what we prioritize. And that matters more than what we say we prioritize. Because if, let's say, your goal is to get the healthiest body or your goal is to make $1 million, if your active actions are doing nothing to reflect that, then it's just a goal. And the decision you're making every single day is to actively work against it. So, what you choose to spend your time on, what you choose to invest your energy and your focus on, is a direct declaration of who you are choosing to be. And if you don't make that declaration with confidence, if you don't make that declaration with clarity, you're going to end up stuck. You're going to end up feeling something's not right. Life's not going the way I want it to go. And so that's the first thing, okay? Whatever you are deciding, be very conscious of it, be very aware of it, and be very accepting of the fact that if you are prioritizing something, you are going to be saying no to something. Now, you know where most people get stuck? When they are prioritizing the life of their dreams, when they are prioritizing decisions that they care about, when they are prioritizing the stuff that really matters to them, they will think, oh, but I have this thing to do as well. Oh, there's this problem as well. There's this situation. And rather than deciding what they want to do, they leave it up to chance. That's the worst thing to do because then there's nothing in the world that stops your time from being wasted. And time waste is not just like doom scrolling and stuff like that. If you really think about it, doing something that is not aligned with your end outcome, that's also a waste of time. So the decisions that you do take about active actions, the things that you do, the things that you decide to do, well, that has to be a lot more intentional than what it is right now. And when you make it intentional, here's what happens. you're able to stick through with your word, you're able to stick through with what you promised yourself, and that builds confidence like nothing else. So that's the first thing. When you're deciding something, be sure it is something that moves you towards your goals, it is something that moves you towards the life that you want, it is something that helps you create the magic that you seek in yourself and in others. If it's not, if you're leaving your conscious everyday priorities up to chance, well, then the life you're going to get, that is also going to be left up to chance. And you really want to take that risk? I'm sure you don't. And that brings me now to the second side of this whole equation, okay? Which are the decisions that we choose not to make. This is something to even stand by in a stronger way than we usually do. Every time you say no to something, you are making a statement of what you stand for. Yet, for a lot of us, saying no is the worst thing in the world. We just can't do it. So, if a friend invites us over for a drink, okay, sure, I'm going to be there. If somebody else asks us for something, we are there. If there is something that we notice that's happening that's not particularly to the highest standards of ethics, what do we end up doing? We ignore that. We brush it off. We push it under the rug. But the one thing that all successful people, at least not just successful, but happily successful people, are great at is living by their values, living by their ethics, and saying no when saying yes would be the easier thing. When saying yes would be the thing that would get them approval. When saying yes would be the thing that gets them the money, the outcome, the goal much faster. But they know it's a lapse in their ethics, it's a violation of the principles that they stand by, and they cannot sit around to watch that lapse happen. And you look at people who are truly happy and truly successful, and you'll notice this, that those values are their guiding force. So, as much as what you decide to do matters in terms of your active priorities, what you decide to say no to, where you take a stand, where you prioritize your values over approval, that matters more, because your actions, they count. But where you're able to stand up for yourself and for the ideals that you hold, that counts even more. And when that reflects in the actions that you do take, you are what we'd call an aligned, creative, and amazing human being. So, for whatever goal you have, right, whatever success you want to achieve, the simple way to think about it is the values that would take me there, the actions that would take me there, the dream, the vision, the structure that would take me there. Am I living according to that? Or am I squandering and wasting my time and my life and my decision making power away? Because when you get this clarity, those are decisions you're going to have to stick by. And the universe and the world has a peculiar and a funny way of always testing you. So it's not that the journey is going to be easy. It's going to be full of temptations to say yes to the things you know you want to say no to. It's going to be full of challenges that make you doubt and wonder if you ever really grew and changed at all. And it's going to give you this understanding that, hey, even through the challenges, even through the troubles, all I need to do is stay clear on what is my priority, what am I going to say no to, and I'm absolutely clear on that. No matter how much I'm pressured, no matter how much easy it is to say yes to that lapse in ethics, I'm going to make sure I stick by that. Because the only thing that matters is when you live the life of your dreams, when you live the life that you truly desire, when you create the life that you truly want, you want to be able to be the person who's able to create this magic by balancing both the sides. So, a lot of people will only focus on what they do. But I'd say don't just focus on that, also focus on the decisions you're making for what not to do. Also, focus on the decisions you're actively making where you're saying no. Also, focus on the decisions that help you grow, that help you succeed, that take you to the next level. So, all in all, the summary of today's discussion is this: your decisions decide your destiny. That's it. What you choose today decides how tomorrow will be, and what you choose tomorrow decides how the future will be. And if you ignore that choice, thinking, oh, I can see the long term effect later, what happens is you end up creating trouble for yourself. And I'm sure you don't want that. So if you're ready to upgrade, if you're ready to grow, if you're ready to take your life to the next level, start making more conscious decisions. Start making decisions from a longer frame in mind. Start making decisions from a place of awareness rather than a place of worry, rather than a place of doubt. Both what you want to do and what you're clear you won't do. What are the standards that you will not compromise on? I know it may seem like, this is going to make you somebody who's way too uptight, but it's not. It's going to make you somebody who has discipline, who has courage, and who has the ability to stick by those two traits because they take them to their goals. Be that person, be that standard, be that inspiration, because success demands nothing below that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for tuning into this live. I hope this message helps you grow further, take more action, succeed more. And as you continue doing that, always just be aware of the decisions that you're making. I'll see you once again tomorrow at the same time, that is 8:30 p.m. IST, right here on this live. Bye. Talk to you soon.